Hey guys, so Kyle again. This is the second day of the resistance band workout, and I'm doing it in my basement just to kind of show you the different scenery of like where you can do it in your house. I use this strap instead of that door anchor, and then I'm going to use like your typical gym bag to help to affix the resistance band from a higher elevation. So the first movement I'm going to show you is a lat pull down. So I'm going to take this bag. I'm going to use our rafter down here in the basement. The two handle loops, I'm going to take that shoulder strap and pull it on through. So now it's good and affixed to this rafter. And then I'm going to take whatever resistance band I'm going to use for lat pull down. I'm going to slide it on through, make sure that it's good and even. And this is done from the seated position, so you can stay in your chair, or you can pull a chair, or I have to go down to the ground because it's not that low down here. And then you're pulling, squeezing back, and back out. Those elbows are coming perpendicular to your body, and just like yesterday, you're going to go through 3 sets of 20 reps. You can do more sets if you want. I wouldn't do more reps. If you need a little bit more resistance to the band, you can grab the band itself and make the elasticity a little tighter through that pull, and then slow down your tempo while you're doing it, just to make it a little bit more difficult. All right. So that's the first back exercise that we're going to do. The second one, we're going to take this TRX strap. If you don't have a TRX strap, you might have just any old strap hanging out at the house, like a leg strap for your chair. You can use that. I'm going to take it. I'm going to get it about even with my chest. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a standing row, or you can do a seated row. Either one's fine. Again, making sure that band is nice and tight. And then I'm going to pull back, both elbows coming out at about a 45-degree angle between my side and my elbow here. So we're going 45 degrees, pull it tight, and back. Posture nice and straight during this. Engage those shoulder blades, pull it back. Next exercise, very similar, it's just going to go to a single arm variation. So what I'm going to do is after I've done my 3 sets of 20 with both, I'm going to pull it back as if I was doing both. And then one at a time, I'm going to go through that motion. 20 reps on one side, holding it at a 90-degree angle with the other arm. So once I'm done with my first arm, holds at the 90 degree, second arm pulling into the side. This one, you want to tuck those elbows in when you're going through that movement. No more 45 degree. You should feel your elbow just graze by your side each time as you're pulling it in. That's our 3 upper back exercises, and then we're going to add some biceps into it. So an easy one to do is if you can affix the band underneath your feet or under your chair or a heavy object, you're going to curl up 90 degrees, come back down on one side, all 20. And then you'll switch to the other side once your first arm is done, still holding that 90 degrees. This is another one that if you need to slow it down tempo-wise, it'll really help the exercise. So when I say tempo, I mean we're going to do a 3, 2, 1 count. So what that means to me is 3, 2, 1, pause. 1, 2, down. 3, 2, 1, pause. 1, 2, down. And that's just going to help you overall go through that motion and make it a little bit harder. The next one I'm going to do is really difficult if you are using a chair that has big armrests. So I'm going to show 2 different arm exercises that you can add in. So the first one is what's a behind the back bicep band exercise. So basically you have yourself set up and you're going to curl from behind your back and back out. Ideally you'll have those bands come on the outside of your elbow here and then back down, up, and back down. That can be really difficult if you're using a chair that has an armrest, or if you're, mainly that. So what you can do instead is affix that band to someplace that's about even with your face. Now again, make sure these bands are don't have any tears, they're not dry rotting, because this is an exercise and if it is and it snaps, it's really going to hurt you. So we're going to curl from a high position towards our face. Notice that my elbows stay exactly in the same spot the entire time. I'm not pulling back. I'm not using momentum. Nice and stationary. Nice, easy tempo. And that's it. Big thing, as always, check your bands. I check mine every time before I do a band exercise. If there's any tear in it, anything that looks kind of like it's kind of wearing away, it's best not to use that band. Another technique that you can use, so back exercises for me, they're not so hard with this band, is I'll take a TheraBand, I'll make sure it's the same length as my actual resistance band, and I will tie it onto not the handle, not the band, but this fabric here, and I'll just knot it on, and what it does is it gives me a little bit more resistance. Again, not something you need to use with any of this, you can just use the band itself. It's a difficult workout, you can see I got a good sweat in. It's the first thing I did this morning. But great guys, I'll show you the next day tomorrow, and hopefully this helps out.